Welcome to this Month in BWB May edition, and today we're going to talk about how each team did in May and how they did it and how they will fare with the All-Star game coming up in late June. So let's get to our first team. Here's the Wicked Aces. They're 3-14, 2-5 in May. Austin tried to make a good start here. He turned in a decent start. He threw a decent amount of strikes, but he gave up 14 runs. But he's a strikeout pitcher, he's a power pitcher, but he has some control problems. But eventually he can develop into that number 2 arm that the Aces have been looking for their whole franchise and what AJ's been looking for. But then the struggles continue for the Aces at Brookside Field. They've only won one game there in their whole career, and the defense is just that bad. They're not even like AJ is leading the league in errors, and he is not made any spectacular plays this year. The one bright spot of this month for this team was AJ hit his 100th career home run, the 5th player in BWB history to achieve that goal, and it's a big achievement. And the Aces look to carry this momentum through the rest of May. They will face a lot of games against the Eagles. We only have footage from one, but the footage that we do have show AJ has been lots of strikes, but the Aces weren't able to hit Parker's pitching, and they ended up giving up 5 home runs, 4 solo, and 1 2-run. And with this team, I don't have much to say unless they gotta hold their leads. Austin's been hitting well, but they have to hold the leads to achieve a winning record. But at this point, when they're 18, they're over 15 games back from the Panthers. At this point, should they just hanging up? Well, we'll see in June, but I do not suggest going any further for this team. Our next team is the Bulldogs, and right away they started off with a victory, but not without some defense miscues, as Griffin is second in the league in errors. Definitely needs to up those plays, but his offense continues to be great at the plate as he has 20 home runs, tying his season high from 2015. He's batting a little under 500 at 491, but he can come back. But it's been helping him get the runs he needs, as a 4-4 month, which does not seem like a bad month for them. I think this could be definitely an improvement over the month of April. And also on the mound, Griffin has been decent, having 4 wins and with an ERA of 13.55. And he had a walk-off here against Vinny, a huge game. They needed that win. And that mostly, I think, the momentum they carried got them to that. Got them to this good month, as Evan continues to be a force at the plate as he knocked out 26 home runs. He played a doubleheader against the Hot Doggers, and he swept it, including a bunch of home runs off Bob. Every hit looks like it was going out of the park, as he's knocked out 86 RBIs. He's going for the rookie record, and he's getting the outs he needs. And I think this team, if they took a step in the right direction, and they could put up a playoff push in this division soon. So that's it for them.
Base it.
Now we go to our North Division leaguers with Peter as the captain. After having a 7-1 April, they had a 3-2 May, which isn't that bad. And Peter did not slow down at the plate. He has 33 home runs, 157 RBIs. He's batting .754, which is the league lead. He has 150 hits, which is the top in the league right now. He also has 199 at-bats. And on the mound, he's 9-3 with an ERA of 8.82, which is an improvement from last year's ERA. That one point could make a big difference to this team's success this year. But the only flaw in that they would blow away this division is they only played the Eagles once, and this is going to be the team they're going to play 9 times this season. So we'll definitely going to see a lot. They're at least going to play each other 5 times in the second half, and we're probably going to see these 2 teams play to end the first half. And the Eagles definitely look like they could come back, so I wouldn't say they can run away with this division. And now to the team that has sparked a little thinking among the league. After having a 5-0 April, they had a little slow. They had a step backwards. They went 4-6. But when you look at when they started the month, they ended the month, they had definitely ended the month better than they started. And after this game right here, it didn't seem to, after this game and the game against the Hot Doggers, they seemed to just get more wins. They seemed like the team from April. The only flaw for this team that's been leading to their bad second month was because of Vinny's pitching, but I would not doubt him because his ERA is 11.85. Before this month, it was in the 9s, so we could see him easily have a better month and get that ERA down. And he's been getting much more movement on his ball, pitching lots of curves, and at the plate, he's just great. He has 23 home runs, his career high already, 113 ribbies, and he's batting about 500, so what a year he's having so far. And the Dashers definitely look like they can easily rebound as long as they are able to beat the Hot Doggers, as they did not have a good game against them, but if they can come back and beat the Hot Doggers and play like they've been playing, there's no reason why this team shouldn't make the playoffs in 2016.
Yeah.
Now to our defending World Series champs, the Eagles. They had a big slow step, one of their worst months in history, 6-6. But when you look at it, there's a couple reasons why. Parker decided to play even though he was hurt, just to keep the league going, and he did not do that bad. It just wasn't as dominant. I wouldn't necessarily blame those 6-6 on his injury because he didn't seem at the beginning of the month playing like usually against one team, which was the Hot Doggers. If you take away their games against the Hot Doggers, they went 5-1. So that's definitely a difference there. So if they didn't play the Hot Doggers, they could have had a great month, but they got all their games done with them. So it seems like it's just all success from here. Michael showed some great stuff in his game, and he looks to play more than one game this year and maybe have a chance to make that all-star team, but probably most unlikely. Parker's pitching great, so there's no reason this team could have an easy rebound month. And last but certainly not least, the hottest team in the league right now, the Hot Doggers, and Victor made his debut in this month, and he just absolutely shined. And Brandon, as always, he pitched decent last year, and he's doing the same, and his offense at the plate is about the same. And they did lose a doubleheader to the Bulldogs, but besides that, it seems like they did well from there. But the thing is, Brandon without Victor is 0-4, and with Victor 8-2. So the ideal spot would get Victor to games. That's what they did. They got him to 10 games, and they definitely shown. They beat the Dashers right here without Vinny, but still, and at the plate, he is just doing amazing. He's already got career highs in almost every category, and Brandon too, he's also chipping in. He's not playing as much this year, but when he plays, he is doing well. And then you have just Victor again, just dominating at the plate, and this pitching is good too, because Victor is second in the league in ERA with an ERA right now of 6.28, which is the second to Parker, which is the best in their division. He's already got a spot in the All-Star game. His hitting is amazing. He already has 38 home runs. He's knocked 125 runs in, second in the league to Peter. It just seems like this team can go a lot farther than anyone imagined in April. And this team can easily come away with this division if they play like they've been playing, and Victor comes to games and they just continue pitching and hitting like they have been. And Victor at the plate, he broke a record. He had 15 home runs in one game against the Dashers. So will this be foreshadowing the rest of the season with this team dominating the rest of the teams in the division? Well, it could be, because they only played one game against the Dashers. We could see a huge season and maybe one of the best seasons of Brandon's franchise that he has made.
He's saying that's such a